Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Merciful One, the path of your will always leads to peace. Guide us and all for whom we serve with your wisdom and strength. Where hearts are fearful, grant courage and hope. Where anxiety and division are infectious, grant peace and reassurance. Where impossibilities seem to close every door, grant imagination and resistance. Where distrust twists our thinking, grant healing and illumination. Make us all advocates for a stable society alive with hope for the future. Be present amidst the work of the Common Council for the City of Syracuse. Guide them today and always with a spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice. Inspire them to faithfully serve, promoting a common life where all people enjoy a peaceful and just society. Pour out your spirit upon them that even when they disagree on the way forward, they may remain united for the peace and prosperity of our city and for the care and consideration of every neighbor. Make the power of your peace known to us all. Amen.
the clerk please call the roll.
Councilor Paniagua.
Here.
All right, Councilor Codwell.
Here.
Councilor Green.
Here.
Councilor Gathers.
Present.
Councilor Schultz.
Here.
Councilor Hogan.
Here.
Councilor Machoke.
Here.
Councilor Allen.
Here.
I have a motion to approve the minutes of the July 11th, 2022 meeting.
So move. Okay.
Please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Councilor Majuk. Oh, sorry. Next we got first time here. Okay. Are there any petitions?
No, sorry, no.
Any committee report? Councilor Hogan.
Thank you, President Pro Tem. I had a committee meeting, Economic Development Committee of the Common Council, had a committee meeting on July 27th to discuss the selling of city parcels on the 800 block of South Wilbur.
Yes, thank you, Pro Tem. Public Safety Committee had a meeting on July 20th to talk about nuisance abatement to increase fine from $2,000 to $10,000.
Finance Committee held a meeting discussing the special audit report regarding issues and concerns with city sales tax revenues and Harrison garage arrears. Are there any communications?
No, President.
Thank you. Councilor Majuk.
Thank you, Pro Tem. I have item A. I would like to introduce it and urge its adoption.
Thank you. Item 8A. Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm going to withdraw item 9, and then we'll go to Councilor Pena.
We're holding item 10 until we have our meeting on the 9th of the month.
Councilor Caldwell.
Thank you. I have items 11 through 18. I would like to introduce them and urge its adoptions.
Item 11, are there any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 12, are there any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Item 13, are there any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Item 14, are there any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 15, are there any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 16, any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 17, are there any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 18, are there any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you. So now it's my items. I have items 19 to 32. The first thing I would like to do, though, is I'd like to make a motion to nominate LaToya Allen as the next majority whip for the council. Do I have a second?
A second.
Second. Deep gathers.
Can the clerk please call the roll?
Call it individual. Counselor Codwell?
Yes.
Counselor Green?
Yes.
Counselor Paniagua?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz? I mean, Counselor,
Yes.
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 Yes, yes.
You almost got a no vote because of that, Toya.
That's why I voted twice.
all in favor? I vote 9-0.
Thank you. Counselor Allen, we've allowed
8-0, sorry.
20 minutes for your acceptance speech.
30 seconds.
Okay, item 19. Introducing item 19, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 20, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 21, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 22, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 23, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 24, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 25, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 26, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Item 27, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 28, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 29, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Item 30, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 31, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 32, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you. Counselor Gathers.
Thank you, President Pro Temp. I have items 33 through 55, with the exception of 33 that we're holding. I would like to introduce an urgent adoption for the rest of the items.
Thank you, Counselor Gathers. Item
34.
Item 33 will be held.
Yes.
Item 34, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 35, Any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 36, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 37, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 38, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 39, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 40, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 41, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 42, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 43, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 44, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 45, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 46, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 47, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 48, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 49, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 50, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 51, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 52, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 53, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 54, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 55, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Counselor Hogan.
Thank you, Mr. President Pro Tem. I have items 56, 57, 58. 56 will be held. 57 and 58, I'd like to introduce and refer back.
Counselor, item 56 will be held. Item 57, any objections? Discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 58, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Counselor Major.
Thank you, President Pro Tem. I have item 59 to 76. They are already. I would like to introduce them and urge their adoption.
Counselor. Item 59, any objection? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 60, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
All opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 61, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 62, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 63, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 64, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 65, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Item 66, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 67, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 68, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 69, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 70, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 71, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 72, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 73, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 74, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 75, any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 76, any objections? Discussion? Councilman Zip?
Yes. Thank you, Council Pro Tem. I really want to congratulate and thank the neighbors at Ravenel neighborhood, Ravenel Ave. Kyle Madden is here to represent all the neighbors. Kyle? Yeah, yes. And also Kyle worked very hard with Sean Curse. Councilor Hogan was also involved. I want to really congratulate the neighborhood for coming this far and doing what they do every year to honor this tradition. I want to congratulate all of you and thank you for making sure that Ravenel is a place people can call home. So thank you so much. And we have a resolution here that I want to read out. And Councilor Hogan, you want to say something before I read?
No, you read, you take
Okay.
care of it.
All right, all right. Well, let me take pride in this then. Whereas the 500 block of Ravenel Road is a dead end in the Strathmore neighborhood, which abuts the beautiful Elmwood Park, a hidden gem in the city of Syracuse. And whereas the Strathmore neighborhood is in the midst of the centennials of its development and the creation of Ravenel Road, and whereas since the block was created about 100 years ago, more than 150 families have lived in the 30 homes on the street. And whereas neighbors on this block began an annual summer celebration in the early 1970s, which has become known as the Ravenel Road Block Party. And whereas the gathering brings together neighbors, present and past, to celebrate summer, build community, and have fun. And whereas this event has grown over the years, many block party games have become traditions, such as odd versus evens, kickball, softball games, or the closest relay game in which participants split into teams and take turns sprinting up and down the block, putting on weird and obnoxious articles of clothing to look as silly as possible, culminating with a trip to the corner of Glenwood to wave at traffic. And whereas the 2022 celebration of this event represent the 50th such gathering of these neighbors, and whereas this block party is the longest running block party in the county, representing the very best of the community, now be it resolved that we, the duly elected president and members of the city common council, do hereby recognize this event and this achievement, having such a positive impact on an historical city neighborhood, and congratulate the resident and the alumni of the 500 block of Ravenel Road on the occasion of their historic 50th block party. So congratulations and thank you so much.
Yeah, bravo.
That would do it for me.
Call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank Thank you. I have items 77 through 84. I would like to hold items 78 and 79 for a committee meeting. We don't have a date yet. All other items are ready. I would like to introduce them and urge their adoption.
Item 77, is there any discussion? Any objections? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 78 will be held. Item 79. Item 80, are there any objections? Discussion. Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 81, are there any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 82, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 83, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 84, are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Yes, thank you. I would like to make a motion to waive the rules to add item 85.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Allen?
Yes, so I would like to introduce and urge the adoption of item 85.
Are there any objections? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
We have now concluded the meeting. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second?
Second.